As you can imagine, I monitor a lot of media and what those media outlets say. Now, fresh off of Obama's visit to Cuba, I noticed some really interesting statement made by CNN. Basically, they claimed that Raul Castro completely avoided the question of political prisoners in the country.
I wanted to know if you have Cuban political prisoners and why you don't release them.
So there's the question. Now, how did he answer?
Give me a list of the political prisoners and I will release them immediately. Just mention a list. What political prisoners? Give me a name or names. Or when after this meeting is over, you can give me a list of political prisoners. And if we have those political prisoners, they will really be released before tonight ends.
Is that avoiding the question? I think he answered it straight up. He asked for the names and said, okay, give me a single name and I'll release them. So in what planet is that avoiding the question? He outright asked for a name and outright asked them to say who they were, and then he'll release them. That's not avoiding the question. What is CNN even talking about? And what do we even mean by political prisoner? Because that's a really, really vague title to give somebody. Someone who's been arrested who was a prisoner for political reasons. Technically, anytime you arrest a protester and jail them, that's what they are. Because the term is vague. It's kind of like terrorist. It can basically mean anything. Are we talking a bunch about the white shirts that go around like trying to disrupt the Cuban government to push for a free market US style government? I mean, it is certainly politically motivated. There's no doubt there. But so what? By this logic, the United States is guilty of that like 10 times, 100 times, possibly even, actually very likely, 1,000,000 times even worse. I mean, what are we talking about? People who are causing disruptions in the flow of society to try to push it into something that would make the country even worse? I mean, what is it they expect here? Every single system is designed to protect itself. Every system. All the way from tribal society to primitive accumulation to feudalism to capitalism to socialism. Every single system has a means by which to defend itself. If it didn't, then it wouldn't last. But the real question here is, what is it meant by political prisoner? What is a person being jailed for? I think the real question is, are they being jailed for something that is just or unjust? I think that when you jail somebody for protesting police killing black people, I would call that unjust. I do think that if someone gets jailed because a foreign country is paying them to cause a disruption, I don't think that's an unjust reason to throw them in jail. I think they're an unjust person, and frankly, to hell with them. But really, I mean, who is the United States really to claim anybody is holding political prisoners? I mean, this is a country that routinely abducts people from the Middle East, calls them terrorists, tortures them, and holds them indefinitely without charge. If they don't outright kill them first. So, I mean, it's complete and utter nonsense. Political prisoner is one of those terms that can be used to mean whatever it is you want, just like terrorist. But again, as I said, who is the United States to claim anybody is holding political prisoners? Thank you for watching. Won't you go ahead, rate, comment, subscribe, and share on various social media. And if you want, you can head over to my Patreon page and show your support. Or you can head over to the MRN bookstore and check out some of the latest books available.